Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? We are back. Welcome to the True Beats Podcast. This is Muscle Bully Season 2, Episode 12. And tonight, we got a very special guest, Mr. Kev Green of the BRC. We're going to get the guys in here, and you all guys already know the role, man. If you tuning in, make sure you hit that question mark at the bottom of your screen. Put all your questions in that question mark. It helps us answer and see all questions. And we're about to get rolling. Boom, boom. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
How's everybody doing?
Oh, I can't complain.
He's playing with us. I can hear the mic moving and shit. But he wasn't here. I was like, God damn it, here we go again.
I'm wondering if we ever don't have a special guest, what are you going to say? He's like,
I don't know,
average
man.
guest.
But you know what's funny though is like if you listen to the Breakfast Club,
yeah,
DJ Envy always says the same exact thing for every guest.
show.
Like, we got a very special guest, and
yeah,
Charlemagne gives him shit every time.
When we bring QK on, we'll have to be like, we're just this average asshole.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's nothing special.
I hope he's not watching.
There's QK and message. What's up, fellas? Okay, what's up?
How's everybody doing? So tonight we got Kev Green of the BRC. So it's gonna be interesting, I think. We've been kind of on the ABKC roll, so it's gonna be nice to bring in some new opinions, some new perspectives, some new ideas, and see what they got going on over here at the BRC.
Getting rid of Stan's going to make it even better.
Ooh,
Where'd he go?
did he freeze? He didn't freeze.
He's gone on me.
Oh Lord,
He'll be back. He's taking a break.
Instagram is. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we're working on it,
Yeah.
right? He'll be back.
Let's see.
Give him a minute here.
Scroll through here, find our guest so I can send him an invite.
Stan, where'd you go?
No, he sent me an invite. Put him back in. Here we go. For those of y'all that's not watching live, we are on Instagram, so we apologize for the technical difficulties from time to time.
And that's all I really have to say about that important message right there.
We got every bit of it. It was great.
We had a moment with our sponsor just then.
Public service announcement.
It was weird because it kicked me off, and then next thing I know, I was on the other side.
That's what she said.
And so,
Other side.
Yeah, where your
What,
fucking
Twitter?
square is at.
Twitter?
Oh, it's
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
The other side.
swap
Yes.
reviews around. Yeah.
I got you.
So did you hear, Roger?
Uh,
Zach is now working for the Mississippi Ocean Hyenas.
He says it where you say some crazy shit every time.
what the hell
The
is
hockey team.
Mississippi Ocean Hyena?
It's not even the name of it. It's the sea wolf.
Oh.
The Mississippi sea wolf.
So the graphical guy, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, media type
Everything.
stuff.
Nice.
Media.
That's
It's in the
nice.
works. Their season's about to come to an end for this season, so it's kind of like, you know, we're working to kick it off for next year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Work with them for the next season.
That's big
But
stuff.
it's pretty
Hey,
dope.
it's
Yeah,
really interesting.
appreciate
I wasn't. Yeah, congratulations. I wasn't sneak dissing, but have you ever been around people who do shit like that and kind of sneak diss? And you're like,
Yeah.
I know you're kind of sneak dissing, right?
You know, like say your name wrong or some shit every time they see you.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
I'm not very good at picking up on that shit, so
Heard there was
weird
something a
thing to
little
do.
controversial. There's some issues maybe this weekend because Hannah
There
got
we
on
go.
board and did a post, and she normally never does a post about stuff like that.
yeah, I think that was some more sideline judging situations.
Yeah. I seen it. It was. I read majority of it. I was driving when I seen it coming back, and then I didn't finish the whole thing. But usually when she says something, man, it's serious and like she says it in like such a professional way.
I know.
But it's a lot of the times it's things that need to be said, right? And it's like I kind of feel like when she finally says something, you know that it's like it's
Yeah.
up here. It's not just like, you know.
Heavy lies
Well,
the crown, man. Right?
Yeah.
Heavy lies the crown.
I don't know if it because I kind of did. You get the idea that maybe she was standing on the sideline too, watching some of the dogs or something?
Well, yeah,
From the story, what
Yeah.
I read out of it, it seemed like it was kind of like, I mean, listen, like at the end of the day, you can't make everybody happy. Not everybody's going to win. But if we're going to try to build this community, we can't be doing stupid shit on the sideline as well. Because, for example, if I see some shit like that, I ain't going to want to go back to the show.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, like we
Just trying to
like we
tear
said that
people
one time,
down.
it kills a lot of pride, especially for somebody that's coming or trying to figure it out. And it's like she said, we can all come together. We can make this a better journey than the negative bullshit that comes.
Exactly.
So, all right, I say we kick this thing off. I'm gonna shoot this invite to Mr. Kev.
Let's get it
And
fired
we're gonna
up.
get BRC in the building.
That's right.
Oh, we got questions in the question box already, guys.
nice.
Hello. Hello.
What's up? What's up?
What's
What's
happening,
going
my
on?
guy? How we
How you
doing
guys
today?
doing? Good, good. How you guys
Good.
doing?
We are
Good, man.
good, man. Can't complain.
Appreciate you taking the time to come on here, man, and do this for us. We find, this podcast is a podcast where we try to bring a lot of value and bring people who bring massive value to the community. And obviously, you are on top of the list.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys thinking about me, man, and having me on here, man. Thanks a lot. And I appreciate everything you guys are doing for the community, for having a nice, positive podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
really. That's
Thank you.
at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do, man. We just want to spread as much as we can for the people to learn, right? Like if it's not out there for them to see or learn from, then how they gonna learn?
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
So BRC, just to burst the bubble, a lot of people are talk crazy and they'll be like, "Oh, he was over here and then he went over there and then this and that." But let's just go from the beginning. Like, what in your mind was your vision when you was like, "Okay, I think I can do this in a manner that makes this representable in a professional manner"?
Are you talking about BRC?
Yeah.
Talking about
Just
general?
the vision of when you was like, okay, I'm gonna start this registry my own. Like I'm gonna do my own thing. What was your vision?
Well, like it really was like I was doing ABKC shows from like 2010 or so to like the end of 2016.
Yeah.
And it just was like towards the end, like when I was first starting to do them, it wasn't like a lot of people that were doing them. And then so I started going into all these different areas where people weren't doing shows or where they were doing shows and stopped doing shows and then got mad I was doing them. And then all of a sudden they just kind of just let a bunch of show hosts do a bunch of things and got the show hosts got to arguing and shit like that. And I just was like, I had this other opportunity. I didn't create BRC. BRC was created a year before, at the beginning of 2016. It was created. James Todd, Ricky Prochaska, Brian Moser, they created it. Ricky had offered it to me at the beginning of 2016, but I wasn't quite sure yet. You know what I'm saying? Because then it wasn't really like a good idea to come out with a new registry back then. It was a little more like anything that came out, it really didn't do good.
Yeah, it's really on the taboo side. Yeah.
But I mean, how I got to be with all the other show hosts, and then like I was real impressed with how Ricky and everybody was doing with it. The year that the year I was watching it, grow, and then so it just kind of made me. He offered it to me again, and I kind of just jumped on board with that. And then about a year and a half, then I took over it completely on my own, and Ricky went and did his own thing and everything. And shouts out to them, and also shouts out to ABKC for letting me do my thing. But the thing is me, I just always have liked to do shows. I like to bring the community together. I like to have a platform for people to, do their thing on. I don't have BRC because, I have a dog I'm pushing or a style of dog I'm trying to push on everybody. I'm not a big breeder. I'm just a big show host, and that's my that's why I do it. Really.
Cool.
Interesting.
I think probably the question I got, the biggest one, is that it's like when you first get into bullies and you hear about BRC, they're always like, they're just all about exotics. That's all I care about, And then you start to get involved with the people. You go to a couple shows and you realize it's not just exotics. Like there's bullies there. There's a standard. They do kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Now
they're also.
Was that a focus change over time? Like, was it more geared toward like fun show, exotic kind of situation in the beginning, or was it always?
Well, them dogs weren't allowed at like ABKC shows back, then, and still, they don't allow exotics. So, I always had the fun shows that were at my BRC show or ABKC shows. I always had a place for them. Also, and I'm getting a little off track, man. What was the question again?
Well, if it was primarily like fun show exotic situation, then
yeah, it was created basically for a home for them first and foremost, and then also for everything else that I did with ABKC. I brought along with it too. We kind of get a different kind of exotic crowd. We get an exotic crowd more of people that want to show their dogs and kind of thing, not like the screaming everywhere type exotic crowd.
Right.
And I think that's where how people get us kind of confused with that. Like, we're the only registry that really give them a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, when they come out, everybody's just making fun of them and saying they were crap and train wrecks and all this shit.
Well, yeah. So do you feel like, I don't mean to cut you off, but do you feel like there's a community inside the exotic community that's pushing more towards like a cleaner exotic, like a more, just not like what you were saying, like the blown out of proportion and crazy that you see on Instagram, and it's just like, oh my God, that's horrible. What is that?
Right. Yeah. There is most definitely. D Coach, he has a clean exotic movement. He's been kind of pushing it since the beginning. At the beginning, I kind of didn't like to hear that it was kind of separate like that, but at the same time, you got people that care, and you got people that don't care, and it's hard to reach everybody. So you kind of gotta put the balance of it. And like I said, like with BRC is the only thing that gave him a chance. You know what I'm saying? And put him in the ring and give him like a starting point as a goal to get better. You know what I'm saying? And like become, so it's kind of different. Like it's just a little different. We walk the dogs and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I noticed on go ahead.
We had Papa Pitt on, and that's what he said his thing was. Now like he feels like he just kind of feels like he's here to spread that knowledge, to make sure that everybody does the best they can, no matter what breed he has his hands in, that he just wants to be able to help them create a better version. And that's what he was talking about going over there. And he was like, well, I just feel like it's my duty to teach, So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think a lot of people make the mistake when they try to cancel something that they actually throw fuel in the fire. And so like with the exotics, I think he kind of recognized that they weren't going away. So there's a lot of things that are not going to go away. So since they're not going to go away, how can we improve that community? And so,
right, yeah, because like it was like built on negativity. Like that's what all the negativity that people made fun of the exotics, and people have that in their head to where somebody made up the thing that says, if you're hating, then you're doing something right. So people think that, I'm doing something right. And that's what grew the whole community out of proportion, was just people talking shit about it, made it so popular. Like if everybody wouldn't put so much attraction to it, it wouldn't probably be as big as it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. And so with that being said, as you're growing this thing, because I mean, the same thing happened with the American Bully, but it just happened like 2005 before 2010, where the American Pit Bull Terrier were making fun of the American Bullies, right? And then you kind of see the same thing happening. But as far as building the BRC, what have been maybe like a couple things that have been really challenging, or like things that you hit a wall and you're like, damn, we made a mistake, but they also been like the best learning curves to move it in the right direction, like some of the biggest learning curves? And you can just name one thing.
I mean, there was some things that were in place like before I started, like having murals in the show ring.
Like Zachary.
That may have been, when I first started it, we were not going to let them be in the ring and just have them as like a fun show thing. But then when I announced that, then a whole bunch of people got mad and said, the original owner said that there was going to be a home for us here and all this and that. So I was like, all right. So, the only difference is people get on us about having the murals in the ring. But the thing is all the murals that we have registered have ABKC papers or they have UKC papers. They already are registered. We don't single register dogs.
Yeah.
You can't bring a dog with no papers to us and we register it. It has to be registered somewhere reputable first. You know what I'm saying? So any mural that we have, the only difference is we let them in the show ring. So what's the difference? They still come from people at ABKC people are diehard mad that we have them, but they all have ABKC papers, so you got to look a little further. They don't understand it, but I'm not going to sit and
hey, you
like
can
pressing the issue. Well, ABKC, that's not us.
Now that's across all classes, right? So Frenchie, bully, like you name it, all classes can have Merle.
Frenchie bully, English, oldie, and that's about the extent of it. Like Pitbull, we're not going to do it. Like anything new that we're letting in, like Boston Terrier, Bull Terrier, stuff that shouldn't really be messed with, we're not allowing it.
Yeah.
We're not going to allow it to go on with us. Like Boston Terriers, like things like that. We're not going to all of a sudden let people just do what they want and ruin the breed.
Right. That makes sense.
All them other breeds we have the AKC standards for. It's only just some of them we allow all colors instead.
Okay.
So.
Now, as far as the standard for the American Bully, because that's primarily what this show's about, the American Bully.
For sure.
As far as the BRC's standard to the American Bully, I'm pretty sure that's probably, is it similar in line with all the other registries as far as the breakdown of the dog?
The only difference is with us, we put our XLs separate instead of having it as a variety class.
Yeah.
We put our XLs separate as an XL Bully, just because if you put an XL next to a pocket, that's a big difference in the dog. You know what I'm saying? And for it to be as big as it is, it's probably got something else in it. You know what I'm saying? So try to do what I can to try to keep those to themselves, and maybe they want to work eventually to create their own kind of look. But yeah, it's the same. We just pick for more type, breed type. We want to see more breed type over. We pick that more important over movement, things like that.
Right. So you tend to be a little more heavy on breed type. So your part of the XL community was that their preference to be separated from the bully thing? Like we have our own thing, they wanted to be separate, or is that just something BRC decided to do?
We kind of came up with it. Yeah, some people were opposed to it, but there was people that didn't even show with us anyway, so it didn't really make a difference.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I mean, people like it. Once they come and do it, they like it because then there's always an XL in the best in show. Every time, because it's treated as a breed, so it's like it's an XL Bully best of breed.
Right.
So there's always one in the best in show.
So it doesn't have to go.
Whereas if there was in a variety, it's not very often that an XL ends up in the best, the best of winners line.
Right. Because it's got to go against the bullies, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked to a lot of XL breeders, and it seems like the ones we've talked to are really pushing toward bringing more type to the dog.
Yeah.
So you never know. That may be at one point you'll be like, no, we're gonna put you back in with the bullies because y'all look like bullies now.
Right.
You never know.
Well, what we probably do is somebody has suggested us. We just haven't really had that many XLs to be happen yet, but once we get a lot, we'll get to make it 20 to 23 inch, as an XL, and then the bigger ones will be something else. Because sometimes they bring those big, huge, massive ones in there, and they look a lot different than the ones with breed type.
Right.
The big, huge ones got a different look to them, kind of than the
Yeah, that's the ones you can pretty much say they got something else in them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But the ones that are right on 20 or 21, they look like a nice standard. A lot for the most part, so it's a difference in the look of them.
Right.
Yeah, it's an interesting community because there's a lot. It seems like the community is pretty large outside of the show ring, but inside of the show ring, it's not represented very well.
Yeah, no, but there's some areas of the country that's a little bit heavier than others, but yeah, it's for the most part we haven't got a heavy XL turnout really usually, but it is growing though. There's a few every show.
Nice. Well, it seems like no matter what show or what venue I go to, there are some there. They're just always outside the ring for some reason.
Yeah.
You're supposed to put your dog in there. Yeah, they're all just hanging out outside.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Well, around the old bully community water cooler lately, it seems like, Zach has told me that, is my audio okay?
Yeah, you're good.
I keep getting this. Okay, you say my audio. This says that, a lot of people have been attending who usually attend ABKC shows have been attending a lot of the BRC shows and actually really enjoying themselves. And it seems like, what do you think is separating the difference and why you guys are getting so much more momentum this year?
Well, I think it's because people are actually trying it for themselves. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And people aren't as ashamed as they used to be to try something else. You know, it used to be a big, like they were really on people that were coming to our shows about giving them shit when they went to other places. You know what I'm saying? It was about
Yeah.
that. And people were afraid to say that, you know, if people were afraid to do it because they didn't want nothing to be held against them, you know, wherever else they were showing
Yeah.
or whatever.
Right.
But BRC is something like you got to just come see it for yourself, really.
Yeah.
You can't really take nobody's word for it. And it's not for everybody, you know, it's not for everybody. You play music, you know, it's more relaxed and it's more like everybody's hanging out and having a good time. It's not all everybody's serious and about what's
Right.
going on in the ring and it's silence and all this, you know, it's more of a
Yeah.
it's more of a hanging out,
Like a younger
vibe
crowd,
to it.
like more of
It's
a.
not well. It's not necessarily younger. I'm 46. You know,
I was like, I
but,
go.
you know, it's a nice variety of crowd. I play a nice variety of music. You know, it's a nice time. You know, but you get
Yeah.
dog shows taking place as well. You know, it's kind of like that.
Well, like Stan always likes to say that, you know, results speak, right? So yeah, do you think it just took that time for y'all to build that rapport to where it was like, okay, they're really going the mile to make it worth to attend these events, and now people are starting to, you know, and then word of mouth travels so fast, and like you said, once it gets a few people to tell a few people, and now you start seeing more and more people come. So you just think it was that moment where y'all just had to build it to make it what it is? Because like
I
you
just
said, a
think
lot of people at the beginning, a lot of people were catching flack. They're like, "Oh, you going to BRC? Oh, what are you doing?" You know?
and they were just thinking it was easy or cake and then our judges don't know shit and all this shit, but you just have to come and take take like I said take part in it. And yeah, I think it's just people are now more wanting to come out and check stuff out, and we're also like a lot of we're every show every weekend we're somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like April we got
Yeah.
8 shows in
Ooh.
5 weeks. We just keep it going and we keep going in areas where nobody else is going. Areas like little small areas, big areas, just a whole big variety of areas. Now this year we're trying to spread out more to like the East Coast area, a little more up like Idaho area,
So
Right.
a little stronger.
as of right now, do you know how many dogs y'all have registered with BRC or
Right now
general area?
we have a general ballpark of at least 30,000.
That's pretty impressive, bro. That's badass, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the first show, I think it was Iowa.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure it may have been Iowa that I went to. First BRC show ever.
Yeah.
And immediately I was just like, because we were still new. We'd only been to a couple ABKC shows.
Mhm.
And we go there. And this was a bigger show. I can't even remember. I remember where it was, and it was a little bit overwhelming because there were so many people that I'd never met before, and there were so many people there, so many dogs.
Right.
But I remember it was the first time I ever met Precious. So Sam still had Precious, but
Okay.
it just happened to be that show.
Yeah.
But I remember just the vibe in the entire building was just different, and I can't really put my thumb on it to say what it is, but there's definitely a little bit different vibe to BRC shows than there are ABKC. I'm not really sure what it is exactly.
So
They're like we had discussed before, there's a couple ABKC shows that kind of have that same vibe, but it's just a little different. I think if you've never tried it before, I think it's definitely something you should check out.
Yeah.
Uh, so basically,
Appreciate
you're saying that the BRCs basically built your program because Precious is the baddest bitch, and you probably wouldn't have ever seen that dog without that show.
Oh no, I went to Sam's house,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying he had.
Yeah.
They
But
would
you
have
didn't,
ended
though.
up at the Gucci
That was the
store
first part
together
you
at
seen
some
him.
point.
Yeah, that was because he brought her in, and
Is that the last time you've ever been to a BRC shows?
No, we've been to play. We've been.
All right, so
Precious is actually a champion. We just haven't got her back there to finish out the grandeur.
Oh, okay.
why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
I've been busy making puppies.
Okay, I'm just asking.
You've been making puppies.
You made
bro.
it seem like it was amazing.
Shit.
It made it seem like it was like the one time he was there.
Right. No, I'm just talking about the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
But no, we've got the show in Summersville, West Virginia,
Yeah.
which is right here in our state. Which there's no other shows in West Virginia. That's like the first show in our state that I'm aware of.
Well, you can kind of, I think you could probably say that Sam and Hannah and Paulina and a lot of them higher elite ABKC handlers, I feel like we're kind of the first ones to really kind of go back over there, right?
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like a trickle down effect. Like once you see somebody of that caliber come to a show,
Hannah came from the beginning. Paulina's came from the beginning. You know, Paulina's
mm-hmm.
thrown a couple BRC shows in the past as well.
Dope.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a few people that have been, you know, loyal. You know, not loyal, but have been hanging around since the beginning.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, you know, like with the crowd is different. It's like, yeah, like when I first started with BRC, like that's what I was worried about was like, how am I gonna make this crowd like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And over time, it's just a whole new crowd, new crowd.
Definitely different.
You know that came,
it's a different even set of regular. Like when you go to an ABKC show, there's some regulars. There's some just people you see every time you go to a show, right? But BRC has its own regulars, like people I don't even know, but I know every time I go there, those people are there. You know what I mean? So you definitely have your loyal following also. But you have people that flip flop and go to both, which, you know, we see dogs that are dual champion, dual grand champion, which I think that's good. It's a good title for a dog to have. To say, look, you know, I took a dog to 2 different registries. And
I think it's good for the breed,
to that
period.
level. Yeah.
Just for the breed period. Like I see a lot of people now that are hitting a lot of UKC shows, which is super dope. Like, I mean, I personally, I feel like we need to be in as many places as we can just to take over the world as a breed, right? To get them out there. So it's super dope for sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
I say we start running through some of these questions, man. A lot of our viewers are sending in questions, so we'll start running through them and see what they got.
I can't see any of them. So
yeah, me either.
Dang,
you're seeing a lot of questions?
Oh, I lied. I just see the red button pop up, and then it's just one question.
I was like, I'm not seeing none of these fucking questions.
No, like what? I barely can see without my glasses, so I just see
so many questions.
And then, but
I'm
here
like,
we go.
All right.
MJ Bully says, or is that MLJ? MLJ Bully says,
MLK.
what does the Oh, no, it does not say that. It says MLJ. What does the BRC offer in their registry that the ABKC or USBR doesn't? Ooh. Hot seat. I think he's kind of answered that.
Well, we offer, you know, a lot of shows. You guys on here?
Somebody
we lost your audio.
Okay, a lot of shows and
there you go.
A lot of areas. You know, we're always having shows. I think that we take the show ring seriously as far as what breeds we are, and we offer the exotics, and we have fun shows, and I don't know. Besides that, I mean,
it's all good.
It's a whole new vibe, like I said. You just have to come and check us out. You know, if you're if we got a show coming to your area, just come in and check us out, and then you able to see for yourself. It's hard to explain, you know.
Right.
What are the judges looking for overall in the BRC shows? This was Harris Bully's Kennels. He didn't put this question inside the question box, though.
Yeah, if you're tuning in for the first time, make sure if you see that question mark inside the circle at the bottom of the screen, tap that button and insert your question in there to make it easier for us to ask them.
All right, cool.
So the question was probably more geared to like,
what are the judges?
Yeah, what are your judges looking for?
Like I said, like breed type is the most important thing. So like we have some like the American Bully and the exotic bully. We have like examples of like the idea of what we're looking for on our website, brcglobaldogs.com. So basically, the judges are looking for what looks like the picture the most. You know what I'm saying? As far and the same with the French Bulldog.
With your judges, how do you guys? We know how, like, because we brought on some ABKC judges and how they have to become certified. How are you guys looking for judges? Are they similar? Are some of the judges over at ABKC judging your shows, or are they not allowed to? Or
no, they're not allowed to judge.
Okay.
They're not allowed to cross back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no crisscross.
Okay, so where do you guys find your judges, and like how do you qualify them?
Well, a lot of our judges have been around, since we started, and when you just start new, you can't have all these requirements that they have to champ out all these dogs and grand champ all these dogs because they're just never going to have any judges. So basically, at the beginning, we just kind of picked them off of, like who is the people going to respect picking their dogs. You know, who is the
Yeah.
people going to kind of respect their decisions? And then
Right.
from that point on, you know, like Jamie Sweet, you know, she trained, had
She
Anthony Pope
knows a
out
little
as
bit
her.
about dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had
Yeah.
Anthony Pope out to her you know, the river for like a week or two and trained him. I didn't even know, and she hit me up and she was like, "Hey, you should have him as a judge and Quentin as a judge." And so I added them, and then Anthony turned out to be great, and he's our director of judges now. And but basically, just like, you know, now we have to where we'd like to see them champ out some dogs with us and have some, you know, productions and things like that. But at the beginning, it was kind of like I said, who you know, people would respect judging their dogs, or who people are nice and willing to, you know, learn. You know, people that are willing to learn, or things
Right.
like that.
Here's a
So
question for actually Zach and Rogers, because the question is kings of bully excellence. What is the benefits of having multiple registries, or does it even help the breed overall, Zach and Roger? How does it help them?
Wow.
I don't see how it can hurt it. Like
Yeah.
you said, if they're going, they don't single dog register, so they're obviously built off of a standard that's already the American Bully. So
Yeah.
I really don't see how their judgment call of what their judges are picking or what's coming to their ring is gonna affect the breed overall, because they're judging off of what's already the standard, pretty much.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Plus, it adds to reach. You know, I mean, not every registry can be in every state.
Nope.
You know,
right.
so
And it has to be a respected, you know, because it takes a long time for people to, you know, some of these registries don't care, they're just picking anything. So you know, too many of something like that is going to definitely hurt. You know, a lot of all these fun shows, all the time,
Yeah.
is hurting me,
Right.
because like my director judges says, these dogs that are fucked up right now got a bigger platform than the good dogs right now. You know what I'm saying? People are making
Yeah.
a bigger deal over fun shows and dogs that shouldn't be even in the shows. You know, and that's what people are seeing as an example of the dogs that don't know no different. So
Right.
we're
Yeah.
in a bad spot right now. We need to kind of pick up the momentum somewhere with you know, showing off these good dogs and the right way to do things. Because
How do you do that, though? What's step one to that?
I don't know if they're making the wrong things look very appealing. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's across the board. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
unfortunate, but and that's a good thing about a registry, is to be able to create a standard and then hold this dog to that standard, and that's regardless of the dog. You know, regardless what kind of dog it is.
Well, we're going to do our best to do that. Like I said, our judges aren't perfect, but you know, we're learning with them, and I have talked to Dave Wilson as far as some of our judges, working with them, their judges, as far as so we can be on the same page with the American Bully.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as far as the progression of it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like, oh, we're picking one style, they're picking another style, and it's all over. You know, and he's agreed to that. You know, we haven't moved forward on it, but we talked a few times about that. And
Right.
So we're making an effort, you know, to do the right thing. So that kind of sets us apart.
Do you think do you think the ABKC would ever like sister club another registry, like actually co-sign it and be like, in your opinion?
I mean, I don't think so. But I mean, he has agreed to, you know, work with me a little bit as far as the judges go. So you
Yeah.
never know, you know, how things will
Right.
work. You know,
That's a
step.
That's a
Yeah.
massive step, because
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. That's
You
huge.
know, I did a lot of work, with them, and I did probably, you know, about 50, 60 shows when I was with them, and built the bully community in areas that it would probably still wouldn't be no bully community.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I don't have no problem with them. They don't have no problem with me. I don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well,
Helps you.
that's a good. I mean, because you got to think that type of situation will create a division inside of the community itself. Because
Right.
if they think that you two are opposition, or y'all beef with each other, that
Right.
whoever goes to BRC religiously, if you know what I'm saying, it's just going to start this vendetta between the
Right.
two. And now that people are going to know, hey, they're actually trying to work together for the dog and the breed itself,
Right. Because it's really
that's a big step.
It was really the problem was with like people that work with ABKC. We're trying to act like we're giving the people shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anytime it would be like something that major, I'll call Dave and be like, hey, this. He'd be like, man, you know, I didn't say no shit like that. And just clear it right up, rather than
Yeah.
wonder about
Right.
what
so weird. So
But
weird how the
having-
community like that.
But having judges cross trained, you know, saying,
Yeah.
okay, these BRC judges judge the exact same way ABKC judges do. That's huge. Like that.
Well,
I think
yeah,
that's big.
I think it says a lot about who you are, because initially you had to stand 10 toes down and say, look, we're going to be here. And they're like,
Yeah.
well, they're not going to go away. So now let's work with them. So credit to you.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
he's saying. It was about to be. If there's going to be a bunch of registries, then we might as well be on the same page. So that was a big step.
Yeah.
So
I think that's important.
Other than the ABKC, have y'all talked to any other registries or plan on working with any of the other ones?
No.
Not yet. No.
No, I don't see. ABKC is probably the only person that
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. I've heard a lot of people say and talk and say they wish that there would be some type of like sister registry or breeders club inside just to help the actual breed itself.
I think it'd be cool if it had like farm leagues, like like you had a farm league, and then you could work your way up to all the way up to
make an X-Dog league, man.
Yeah, we could.
I keep telling him, man, X-Dog games.
I'm trying to
have some X-Dog games.
I'm trying to get that kind of stuff going on in BRC, man.
Yeah, we might have to sit down and talk about that.
Yeah, that would be dope.
About that. I tried to do I get some weight pull going, and I went to the weight pull track and did like a live, but I didn't get no interest in it.
Yeah, we're considering putting together the X-Dog games. I mean, we have there's a ton of dogs that would probably do it, so it'd be a cool thing.
Yeah, start small, and once they see some content of that shit, bro, that shit'll go viral.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Yeah. That's how we did.
So how much?
Like 7 years. 7 years now.
How much did the marketing go into getting y'all where y'all are now? Because a lot of people sleep on that part. A lot of people think it's just you build some shit and they're gonna come. It's like, nah, if they don't know it's there, then they're not gonna come. So you got to market it and let them know it's there.
Yeah. Basically, I was doing a lot of live. It's basically everything I've been doing has been through Facebook. All these whole, if it wasn't for Facebook, I don't know what else. How
you got a filter on or something, Roger? What the hell?
My ceiling fan's not on. Forgot to turn that some bitch on.
God damn, Roger.
Really,
it's nothing. It's
just nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to Roger's house.
God damn,
incubator's on fire.
Well, it's basically just been, when we were starting, I did a lot of lives, and I had, Rod Ramos was with us real heavy at the beginning, so that helped having him kind of co-sign with us, man. I appreciate you, Ron. Dayton from Killing Noise Kennels, he's the OG in the game.
Yeah.
Helped us a lot of people that we were with, that are with, their reputation helped us at the beginning, kind of things like that. And then people just knew me because I threw so many shows all over. I threw so many ABKC shows that people just, some people checked me out from that, and some didn't. But,
Yeah, for sure.
Everything was off Facebook. Though.
We definitely like to get you to link us up with some of your judges and stuff, man. We'd like to bring on some more of your staff over here, bro. Just kind of same thing we did with ABKC. Just bring on as many people as we can to just let them speak their mind about the breed and push us forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, I'll try to kind of talk to see who wants to do it.
What's one or two things that you want to see the BRC improve at, like overall, like some things? Because you're always going to be evolving, right? As an entrepreneur and as a visionary, like what are a couple things that you think you guys could do better, and what are the steps you guys taking forward to doing it?
Me personally, I need to get a little bit better organized. As things have grown, it's kind of
welcome to the club.
Yeah. Things, it's kind of grown. So I kind of have, I've grown to have people help me out. I used to try to do everything myself, and used to want to do all the shows myself, and I realized it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
So I started working with Kevin Bernard. And he started helping me throw shows, and Anthony Pope has been helping me throw shows. Heavily, and Anthony Pope has really been helping me, keep things organized. His wife Linda does the main rep and does all the papers work and all the stuff like that. And so people have been a real help. And I used to try to do it all myself. I used to try to do the papers and everything, and it just used to be real frustrating. And
I guarantee I do everything.
Otherwise, I just like to see us keep growing and just get a little more organized and personally, and then just try to spread the good word, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So there are two classes that the BRC has, well, actually the one ABKC has this one also, but you recently added Classic, right? Did you just recently add that?
Zach, you can get over
Just
there now.
He said that he said, well, I guess ABC cake.
What?
Yeah, they
He
got.
said
He
what?
said, I guess ABKC's got Classic too now.
Jesus
It's just the
Christ.
way. It was the way he said it, like they ain't been
Yeah.
over there or something. I don't know. It was
Yeah.
funny.
No, I was actually thinking about Extreme because ABKC got rid of
Oh,
Extreme, but
true.
BRC still has Extreme.
we
So there's two
added
classes
Extreme,
ABKC
we added
doesn't have
Classic.
as Extreme, and of course the
We-
Classic.
When we first were doing it, we were just having pocket and standard, and after we moved the XLs, we just had pocket and standard, and just a variety of people showing their, people. We said we didn't really want the classics, you know what I'm saying, and we just kind of wanted them as a tool, kind of there, like an Extreme was supposed to be as a tool, kind of like to create the show dogs, kind of just that's
Right.
why we just had like
Yeah.
the pockets and the standards. But just so many varieties, some nice classics started coming out and showing us standards, and it's just a lot of, it started to become like a demand for it, and then the Extremes, I kind of thought there was going to be a demand for it, but after we added them, we never really get more than 3 or 4 Extremes.
So it sounds like that's kind of y'all's winning recipe. Like
What?
you see what your consumers and people are demanding for, and you're kind of for the people. And once you see a demand for it, you're like, okay, this is what y'all want. You find a way to work it out, and you make it come across the board.
Right. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, man. We always, our breeders registry. That's what we wanted to be is, there for the breeders, and things change. With the breeders don't always want the same thing, and that's what the American Bully's been. People say it shouldn't be like that, but I mean, when they started the American Bully, they weren't sitting around and saying, we're going to make the American Bully, and we're going to make 6 varieties of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Started
No.
with one, and then it went to the big ones, and then it went to the little ones, and then it went to the extreme ones, and then it added classes as it went. It added
Right.
varieties. The big thing now is what are we supposed to do with these dogs that are under 13 inches? That's the big
Right.
thing I'm trying to figure out now. People want us to add a class for them, and some people are saying they're just shitty. They're happy, they're not. But there's been a lot of nice ass, small ass American Bullies that have been coming.
Right.
And it's like, well, where should we put them? They're 12 inches or whatever. They say just put them in the pocket. Well, they're supposed to not. That's kind of a fault. Then.
What about the Nano? Is a Nano Bully?
Yeah, it's like
Big
I thought
enough?
there was like micro, nano, and I thought they
Micro.
were different than exotic.
I think those are
exotic,
community designations, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for exotics we have the standard and the micro, micro is just 13 inches and under. Nano bully is something that I know Khan calls something he has nano bullies, and then some other people say that the real small exotics are nano bullies. So I don't know.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, I've
Yeah.
tried to make some posts up asking
Get
what it is, and people are just
Clarification on it.
laughing
Yeah.
and thinking I'm making jokes and shit, and I'm really trying to figure out.
Yeah.
What
They're like,
the
he
hell
should
we
know.
gonna do?
He should know. There's no way.
Should we
Yeah.
add it? Should we add a mini American Bully, and then if we add it,
Yeah.
should we put it under the pocket, or should it be by itself? Or like I'm kind of lost as to where to do it, but it's, over the years it's becoming more of a demand for it, and so it's like, so now is the time to add another variety? Is it progressing into that, or what?
Right.
I don't want to do it, but then I don't want to do it, and everybody's like, you fucking up the breed, trying to add more shit, like that shit. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do.
Why do you think the under 13-inch dogs have emerged so much lately?
I don't know, but I have a Lucky Luciano daughter that's a pocket that I bred to Rocco, and everything came out super tiny. I have the same female I bred to China Boy, and I got a 13-inch dog. I got a 12-inch dog, and they're American Bullies. There's nothing mixtured with them, and I don't know. It's just some of the blood people have. Like,
Right.
It's just producing that. I don't know exactly why, what the reason is. Like I had Rocco's pretty big, and my female was pretty big, and I had a female that was half of the female size off of it. That was super small.
Yeah.
I think it's probably got a lot to do with just a little like line breeding, right? Because Lucky's a Dak's son, Rocco's a Dak's, so it's like just a lot of Dak's mixed in, and then just shrinks it down. The more you line breed and inbreed, they say you get smaller. So
There's really not a whole lot left. It doesn't lead back to Dax.
I mean, we're kind of in a hole, you know. We're kind of
we're there.
We need that outcross.
So I think it's a positive if you want to call the extreme class and maybe the classic class, if you want to call those like the fringes versus the standard and the pocket.
Yeah.
I think it's good if you're going to reach out to those classes and then create a standard for them and then hold them to that standard. You know what I mean? So if they have a demand and you say, hey, we're going to build this kind of dog, and you're like, okay, fine, you want to build that kind of dog, but we're going to create a standard. And if you want to show it, it's going to have to fall within that standard.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that in a way is a good thing. It's going to push them to build a better dog, because I'm sure in your standard, you're going to try to eliminate those negative things that are in that particular breed.
Well, I'm on the website, and Roger says this all the time. There can't be a big demand or a huge community of Chinese ching chongs.
Right.
What Chong Chings? How do you say that last name? Hey, I'm Asian too, so I can say it because.
Oh, okay.
Roger.
For the listening,
You want to go down that
for
road?
those tuned in,
But I'm just saying, I've never seen this dog in person. But,
Well, we had like somebody that wanted to come out that had a few of those like a long time ago, so we just added them for that person, but they just came out once and that was it. So we don't really,
well,
I'm like, what the hell is it? Oh, okay.
Oh, y'all are on the
I'm
website.
looking on the
That's
website.
what I'm going to the
talking
website.
about?
Let's see.
Chong Queen?
I say a Chong Queen or something.
Yeah, Chong Queen.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I just wanted to be racist on Rogers and say some ching chongs.
And it's not, we just try to.
I'll just let your people deal with you.
The person was like, all these people don't have a home to show their dogs, and then so we did, and then they never showed up. So
Right.
We got them.
I don't think I've ever even heard of that breed, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
the Chinese Chong Quinn.
Yeah.
There's your outcross, Roger.
And you do the shorty bull too, so that's
Maybe a
cool.
shorty bull, yeah.
I always love shorty bulls.
That's actually a
always
pretty
did.
nice dog. It kind of, you know what it reminds me of?
Is it a classic?
Stan.
It looks spongy a stand.
Kind of does look like me.
It does, bro. No, I was gonna say a Shar-Pei in the face. It's kind of Shar-Pei.
Well, Shar-Pei's from China, right? So that makes it's probably like a tight skin Shar-Pei.
Yeah,
It
kind of.
I think it looks like it's hairless.
Yeah, like a wrinkleless, hairless Shar-Pei.
Yeah.
I used to have one, and that some bitch tore up everything in my mom's house, and
Yeah,
she was like, "He's got to
son of a
go."
bitch.
Well, no, he just would tear everything up. Just like literally, like he just would tear everything up.
Right.
Just a wild little dog.
It looks like you have a junior handlers program too, which is good. Always getting the kids in the ring.
Yeah.
What age do y'all start? What age do y'all let?
We do 2 to 17.
Gotcha.
We ended at 17, and then every show we start with a free class for all the kids that 2 to 17 that want to try it. Just try it out and do it.
Oh yeah, that's super dope. Yeah.
And our junior handler classes are always free. We don't ever charge for junior handlers. They just sign up one time for $20 too, so they can get their little paper and registration. That's it. That's always free.
Cool. Yeah, it's good to get kids involved and get them excited about the breed at a young age.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
We do the free one at the beginning just for people, because sometimes some kids would never do it otherwise.
Right.
So it gets a lot of kids out there that never would do it. So some of them kids catch a spark, man, and you can't stop them once they try it one time. They just, they dedicate their whole life to doing that junior handler. It's great to see.
Yeah. I could see that happening just because, dogs can teach you so much, man. Where'd Roger go?
Yeah.
He just left? He's like, I'm fucking out of here.
So, oh shit, he did. I've been over here reading the website. So, y'all give them ranks like the junior, or is that talking about the dogs? Like the junior handlers can be champed or grand champed, or are you talking about the dogs with the juniors?
No, the juniors.
Oh, that's
once they get
right.
so many best juniors, they kind of get low rankings. We move up like that. No titles.
He's back.
Yeah, Instagram's fucking weird right now, man.
Roger's back. He should be. I hit the button. There he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, switch sides on us. Now Stands up top.
Once a show,
Roger's on the bottom.
Once a show, I'm just gonna bounce out for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Roger likes to be at the bottom, so
I'm on top. I'm on top right on my end. It always does that. I'll be on the top, and then you guys will repost it on YouTube, and I'll be on the bottom. I'm like, how the hell did I get down there?
Yeah, you're under me.
Yeah. So, Zach, what'd you say about Anthony Caesar's XLs that you didn't like about him?
No, I didn't say that. What are you talking about?
No,
He's always trying to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, always,
no, he's in
bro.
here. What's up, Anthony?
Oh, he's in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, like we was talking about earlier, he's one of the XL people we brought on that is really pushing to bring that breed type back to the XL.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We need people like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I'm lost. Y'all told me about the website. I'm just scrolling, just trying to find questions or anything. See if we got.
Let's close this one out, man.
Just went straight robot on us there.
Last question of the night we got is from Hilltop Bullies. This is a good question for you. They said, "Do you regret leaving the ABKC when you played a major part in the beginning?"
Jesus.
Sentimental, but I'm taking back. He said, "No."
No, because what I got around me is like real. You know, everybody's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's like everybody was fake. Like everybody talked about each other, but it just was a big fake scene. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
like to be a part of shit like that. I'm not a fake person, so I don't regret it. I don't regret it because I wouldn't be where I'm at if I wasn't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. I can never talk about it. I appreciate that Dave and them let me do that because they caught a lot of slack for letting me do so many shows because you're only supposed to be able to do 2 or 3, and I was doing 15, and people were giving them shit about that. And no, I don't regret it at all. It was a great move. It was a good move.
Nice. Yeah. Well, awesome, man. Well, we definitely appreciate you having you on, man. We got to bring you on for a part 2 and definitely bring some of your judges and people in your community over. And, anything that we can do to help spread the word to help you guys grow, man, just let us know. We're here for you.
All right, man. I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys, having me on this show. Website's BRC.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
.com. We got our full show schedule on there. And shouts out to everybody, man. Thanks, everybody. And like I said, man, if you ain't been to a BRC show, come on out and check it out.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to one. Maybe when Roger goes to his second one, he'll take me. We can meet up.
Ooh, well, y'all
going
invite me. I'll come too.
Definitely be in West Virginia.
We can get an
and we generally go to. Yeah.
We can get an X-Dog Vest demo going on there, man.
Yeah, man. Whatever you need to, man. We got you. We get you taken care of. We'll love to get up there and do some stuff with you guys.
Awesome.
All right, man. I appreciate you guys.
All right, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all tuning in, man.
Later.
See y'all next.
Team X Dog Strong.